Okay, in this short tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can turn any blog post or article into an interactive trivia quiz, also known as a knowledge test, basically any sort of quiz where there is a correct answer to each question. So you can take any article like this one I have pulled up here from Wikipedia and turn it into an interactive format that not only will engage your audience and get, more traffic, hopefully, but also is a way of generating leads and getting people onto your email list. So again, here's this article, this healthy diet article, and I turned it into this interactive quiz, this healthy diet knowledge test, and I actually can take this quiz. It's living on its own URL. I can also embed it into an article or a blog post. If you're using WordPress or any other sort of platform, you can embed the interactive quiz that you make right into the content that it's about, which is pretty powerful. And again, all of this content, all this text was made with ChatGPT using the OpenAI Playground. And again, here's how the email capture works within the quiz. This I'm using for my own AI tool, the Interact AI tool, which I'll link below as well. It makes all of this process just one click instead of having to do multiple steps. So I'll talk about that a little bit later, but basically I can do that, skip this step, see my results. I got 2 out of 6 correct. It gives me an explanation that's written by ChatGPT as well. And then I have all my correct answers as well as descriptions below. So really, really cool way of turning any sort of content into interactive content, which gets people to stay on your site longer, which helps with SEO. You can get email leads because of the email capture, which helps with building that list. And it just is very interactive and memorable. So here's how this works. I'm not going to get too deep into the weeds on this prompt because I'm going to link a blog post where the exact prompt is, and you can just put in your article instead of having to, dive into all this right now. Fairly complex. Basically, though, it's synthesizing the article and then it's spitting out the actual quiz down here below. And I have this very long prompt that does that. A couple of important settings within the playground here. Again, this is the OpenAI Playground. I'll link to that. Your temperature be at 0.49, and then your maximum length somewhere between 1500 and 1800, so the quiz can actually print out. Now, to go from this text to this interactive format that I have, I did that within Interact. So Interact Quizmaker. We've been doing this for 10 years, and now we are doing AI, which is super exciting and fun. And basically, I put this in here, these images. I'm just searching for these using Unsplash. So I can search for diet and it just pulls up images and I'm able to just pop those right in. So it makes adding images super easy. AI is not great at images right now. If you played with Dolly or stuff from Stable Diffusion, it's a little wonky, especially if there's any people in it, but super easy to add images, change the font, change the colors. I just copied and pasted all the questions in, added images to the questions as well. And then I set up my results. So I have 3 different results for depending on how well you score. And then I set up my lead generation. In this case, I'm using HubSpot. So I ask for an email. I have that connected up to HubSpot, goes into a list, but we have direct integrations with a bunch of email providers. And then when I'm done, I just publish this and it's ready to go. So again, I can put it into any blog post using just an embed code, or if you're on WordPress, it can create a short code for you, or you can use it as its own URL if you just want to have it, show up like this one where, it just has its own page. So that's how that works. We are actually introducing our own AI tool, which will take all this process and condense it down into one click. I have a little GIF running here of how that works. So you put in an article, it generates a quiz, and it's done here. And this is something that we actually have in a private beta right now. So you can go to ai.tryinteract.com and sign up for that. And we'll actually assist you in creating a quiz with AI in this version. And then the advanced version that will come out later, it will do this all for you. But either way, you can use the playground and get this all set up, get all the content, copy it over into Interact, or if you want to use a different quiz builder, you can do that too. I think Interact's the best. We've been doing this for longer than anybody else. And you can make an interactive quiz out of any blog post or article. This is honestly pretty mind-blowing because when we started this company, Interact Quizmaker, back in 2012, everybody wanted to do this. They wanted to be like, here's my URL. Can you make me a quiz? We couldn't because it took like 2 to 5 hours to write that quiz. But again, now takes 30 seconds at the most. And so this is the tutorial on how you do this. Again, I'll put all these prompts in a blog post and link that below, as well as a link to the Interact AI tool that will do all of this for you in one click.